Small and medium enterprises are key drivers in fostering innovation, wealth and job creation in Africa. In Uganda, over 2.5 million people are employed in this sector, where they account for approximately 90% of the entire private sector, generating over 80% of manufactured output that contributes 20% of the gross domestic product. However, SMEs continue to face challenges in their businesses, according to Wamambe Christian, Head of Operations, ChapChap Africa.
So we deal with small businesses, and we try to help them solve many of their challenges, which lead them to failing before their first anniversary. But we can't solve all of them at a go and by ourselves, so we focus on 3 problems. One being access to finance, the other being access to new revenue channels, and the third being access to business tools. So this affects them in 3 ways. One, because they have limited revenue channels, they can't grow as fast as conventional large-scale businesses. To give an example, for a tomato, you make 50 shillings, whereas someone selling airtime is doing 300 shillings within the same transaction. So we want them to be able to access those opportunities to make more money. Secondly, most of these small businesses do not have collateral. They don't have a land title, they don't have a property, and so they can't secure a loan with a bank or a traditional financial institution. With ChapChap, we use their data. We digitize all their transactions and build a financial profile. And then we look for partners who can use this data to actually provide credit. And in the past 1 year, we've onboarded 2 partners. One focusing on providing loans for digital services, the other financing their traditional business. So if you have a shop, you get a loan for your shop just by using our application. The third is the business tools. So for most small businesses, they don't really understand what's going on in their shop. Their costs are too high. They never know their margins because they're not very trained in accounting and finance. So most of the time, they treat their sales as profit. With our application, we try to educate them about the difference between your sales, your margins, and your profitability.
Founded in 2016, ChapChap Africa is a technology fintech based in Uganda, helping small and medium enterprises access microloans, revenue operating stream, and access business tools through ChapChap application.
And what inspired us to starting it is because one of the founders, our managing director, Mr. Emmanuel Modek, I was his primary teacher, and we became friends because of how he was and how outstanding he was. And then as we talked and shared, he shared with me his life, how he grew up and how he was brought up and raised by the grandmother, how the grandmother was suffering, and how he made it to where he was painfully. And then around there, we felt so passionate, and it was such an emotional moment. Every time we shared his life, it would be emotional. And then we would look at others who are like him in so many aspects. And then we sat and said, why not think of something that can help out that grandmother of yours, that auntie of yours, that woman, and that last person who is struggling to manage, because he had done so many businesses to fend for himself and do other things. So we decided to change his story into something that would impact on other people's lives for a lifetime. And therefore we came up with this idea of building up a solution that would help the last person get included in the financial ecosystem, because we realized these people didn't have any capital, but they were source of all the livelihoods out there in the communities. And so we said, if we come up with something that would empower this last woman, like the grandmother of my partner, then the world would become a better place. And then that's how we came up with the name ChapChap. And we said ChapChap, C will stand for creating, H will stand for harmony, A will stand for among, then P will be people. ChapChap stands for creating harmony among people, because we believe that poverty eats the person to the bone. And when it eats the person, it trickles down to the child, then to the community, then to the society. That's why our vision is great, creating great people, great systems, great economy.
Entrepreneurs can use ChapChap app to access digital payments and ease their distribution in return of growing their capital and customers respectively.
We have two applications. We have a customer application that's available both on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. So you simply just download it the way you download WhatsApp. For our business application, it's only running on Android because 98% of our users are on Android. So you download the application and then you're required to do registration, and it's basic registration. We need your name, the location of your business, the business name, and your national ID. And this is mainly because about 80% of the businesses are individuals, they're sole proprietors. So we make the requirements as few as possible. But for incorporated businesses, we just need your certificate of incorporation as well as an LC letter confirming where your business is. Once you have done that registration, you're required to pay 20,000 shillings. Again, it happens within the app. You don't have to come to any office. And once you're done with that, you're ready to go. So because we are available on the internet, anyone across Uganda can download the app.
In achieving sustainable living, ChapChap Africa has currently reached out to over 38,000 family members and over 5 million unbanked customers. Among these, women are highly considered, according to Monica Kchoncho, the Director and Human Resource Manager at ChapChap Africa.
We are very glad and proud that we are helping out, we are impacting women and youth out there specifically because they form the biggest part of the small and micro enterprises out there. We have our business model takes the biggest percentage concentration on women and the youth, and we are empowering. When you look at the small scale business companies that we have onboarded, they are mostly women. And we are looking out to help those women. And because we know that it is not easy for them, we have partnered up with companies that give them soft loans. So because we are able to credit score these women, we are able to help them access those loans without any collateral. And this has helped them and has boosted them so much.
When I came in, I started as customer care agent, handling customers and all that. And then later I was promoted to customer care head. That I didn't expect, but because ChapChap actually believed in me that I can actually take it on as a woman, given that we have all these men in this company, I was given the opportunity, which helped me improve myself by understanding what actually people go through and understanding more into financial inclusions and all that. Then I was later taken to accounts. Very few women who are in this field, I could say, because it is just full of men. Yeah, but because of ChapChap, we're into financial inclusions, and then I'm in the accounts department. It will help me be more competitive in the market. Like I'll be able to go out and compete with the world out there.
Today is the 12th day of the 40 Days 40 Fintechs project, High People interacting with ChapChap Africa.
So one of the areas I think Moja Loop will help is standardization. So when we deal with very many service providers, they all have their different approach to technology, be it a different language or a programming style. And it creates delays in onboarding a new service, and there comes a cost with it. And in the next 5 years, we actually plan to expand to other countries. So that cost will only get larger. Now, if we plugged into Moja Loop, all the partners standardized their framework, it's easy. Every integration becomes identical to the other and becomes faster to onboard new products.
The 40 Days 40 Fintechs project is organized by High People under its Include Everyone program in partnership with Crosslake Tech, Modus Box and Moja Loop Foundation.
It's amazing day 12 of the 40 Days 40 Fintechs and engaging with ChapChap. Of course, from an offset, you might never understand how deep or how transformative the work they're doing is for business. But enabling a business ecosystem have supplies at reduced prices of a digital accessible platform, and sometimes even on loan, is very amazing, because what the businesses need is not money directly, but they need the stock to be able to make money. And they're doing this with technology. Their back end is empowered with a totally secure financial technology tool that works with mobile money services and banking services. And that's very amazing. And they're also thinking interoperability, because they're thinking of integrating different digital financial service providers in the ecosystem and making sure they offer real-time service payments, real-time deliveries of services and all that. But they're also helping the users of their system be accountable to their own businesses by providing an accounting system. And with that, I'm so excited about ChapChap. For many days and for many years to come, we can only, as high people, be there to support ChapChap, and we hope that one day ChapChap will become the biggest integrator of small businesses all around Africa.
Rita Kabanyoro, Smart 24.